Hello, wherever you're joining us from today, I want to say a huge welcome to our global community. We hope you're enjoying the Product Marketing Festival. I also want to send out an extra special thank you to all our sponsors, partners, speakers and participants who together have made this event possible. Their sessions are bursting with insights to help you level up. But remember, the learning doesn't stop here. If you aren't already, you can become a PMA member and benefit from unlimited access to exclusive templates, frameworks, mentors, and our entire library of on-demand event content. Make sure you have your questions at the ready. Simply post your question in the comments section and get awesome advice directly from our expert speakers. Or continue the conversation with your fellow product marketers in the PMA Slack community. What's not to love about that? So now, on to the next talk.
Hi, and welcome to Maximizing Revenue Through Digital Commerce Insights. My name is Dave Copeland. I'm a Senior Product Manager here at InRiver. There's no doubt that the way people are shopping has changed. It's a digital age that we are in that was accelerated even more by the pandemic. I know from my own shopping behavior, I'm shopping online more than I ever have, and as evidenced by the stack of packages out on my front steps. But the important thing, especially for product marketers, when you think about your product life cycle, is that there's an opportunity to leverage insights to win and take advantage of what's going on. So let's first come to grips with today's digital first reality. As I mentioned, is that for high engagement purchases, and empowered customers are self-directing their own buying experiences. And it's no matter where they enter. And these self-directed buying experiences start with their products these days. It's not even with the brand. In fact, 78 of product searches do not even include a brand name online, which is staggering and very different than the way people used to shop in the store. In fact, product information arguably has become the digital front door of your company. And it doesn't really matter where they enter, whether it's through your website, they hit your content through social or search or on a marketplace, or via an app or a distributor or in the channel. It's important to really look after your digital shelf and your content, which we'll dive into here. Really what we're talking about is how to compete and really start answering a new set of questions. Questions you probably never had to answer before, but you now need to consider, like what product content moves the needle in a buying decision? How can I ensure the right product information is available where customers are buying? And how can I adapt to changing buyer preferences before my competitor does? If you can work with speed and agility on the digital shelf, you really have a chance to win. And how can we quickly iterate changes and get them out to all of the engagement points, right? All the different places that you're selling needs to get your great product content. So you need to factor that into your processes. The reality also is that this is difficult. This is a really hard problem. There's many reasons for it being hard. A lot of the technologies and processes that are used today aren't geared around this concept. A lot of the processes and technologies are static and that limit how you present your story. A lot of the brands that I talked to, and I've been talking to brands for years, they're flying blind. They actually have no insight into what changes could be made to their product content, what content is even invisible from the digital shelf. They're literally flying blind and trying to make best decisions without data, which is a scary proposition. And everything is so slow. Traditional methods of managing product information is extremely slow, and you can't afford for it to be that way, especially now. And so product content is important, right? And let's just agree to that for sake of the presentation. But if it is important, why is it difficult? What could go wrong with the content? Well, there's a lot that could go wrong with the content, right? Key product content goes missing online. Right? Here's just a small screenshot that shows a particular product where the image of the product is not even there. Never mind this one, the Philips kind of flat television here, not even visible on the page. This one may be worse, as it's advertising noise canceling in earphones, but certainly not showing that in the listing. Neither is this one, where it's a navigation, but a bib is being shown. And there's times as well where there's a mix-up between the brand and the product info. Yet we see another example of that, where we're seeing Nivea gel as the product, but certainly that's not what we're presented with on the digital shelf from a product listing perspective. And neither is this. It's a big mistake where we've got a conflict between a Philips product but an Oral-B listing. So if it is difficult, it starts to beg the question of, well, what should you pay attention to when you're a product marketer and you're working through the product life cycle? What do you need to have online for content to convert well and to be found in search? Let me share kind of a handful of those things with you. The first thing is have a descriptive title, right? First and foremost, have one that helps the buyer find your product. It often is beneficial to include search terms and keywords. You see that a lot on Amazon. That's beneficial to the shopper as well, helps in search. High quality product images are probably more important than ever. Again, I know this from being a consumer myself online. I just don't want to see the front of the box and the back of the box. I'd like to see the product as a lifestyle shot and have that be high quality as well. I want a clear product description, right? Then the more descriptive, the better. I want to see weights, the colors, the measurements, the materials. If I don't get a sense for the product and how it's described, I'll just move to the next one where I do get a better picture. Rich content is converting well these days. Certain videos, animations, whatever can bring your product to life is going to help. And when we think about testimonials and reviews, this is that salesperson walking the floor of the actual physical store, right? When you're in a physical store, you get approached by someone who can kind of give you some information and anecdotes about a product, or maybe you bump into someone in the store that kind of can share some information. You don't get that when you're online. What you get online are ratings and reviews. So those are important and a must-have when it comes to the digital shelf. And it should have led with this. None of this really matters if the product isn't available, if it's not in stock and a consumer can't buy it. So these are the product content must-haves. And if that's the case, it then begs the question, well, then what does a great product page look like? Where can we go to for inspiration? And I think you kind of go no further than looking at Amazon online. Right, here's one of the Amazon white labeled products. Happen to sell some laundry detergent. We can take away a lot from this listing. They have a nice title, like I described, right? We know how many loads it does. We know the fluid ounces. We know some of the key selling features in the title as well. If we look across the page, we see a nice image carousel as well, right? We see the front, of course, we see the back, but we also see some images that speak to some of its features. Gentle on the skin, it whitens and brightens. Very helpful information for me to be seeing here. If we scroll down the page, we also get into the enhanced or rich content here, where again, we kind of learn about this product and its story, not just the facts and figures, but this product is now starting to tell me a story, and I'm starting to get really interested in it. I'm also seeing a great product description down below that tells me exactly what I need to know about this product. And it's no surprise that I see very good ratings listed here, and the reviews are quite positive as well. So this is certainly a product that looks great on the digital shelf. And again, kind of look no further than the Amazon's own products to get some inspiration and to see what works. So in general, you should pay attention to, obviously, the search ranking, of your products, look after the ratings. Visibility is important. If the product can't be found, it can't be purchased. It needs to be in stock, and you should really look after your product content. The product content is what tells the story. The good news is that all of these can be fixed once they're found. The difficult part is doing that at scale. You can't go onesie twosie auditing the digital shelf manually. There's just too many products across too many retailers to pull that off. So how can we maximize revenue in online channels? In short, I think we need to have a plan, have a strategy. And these are some of the steps that I outlined for that. If we can acknowledge the power of the product detail page as a very valuable marketing asset, that's the first step. And after we do that, we should then review the must-haves of product content. We should understand why we lose sales. So a little bit of education, and then we can go off with a plan and audit at scale. We can take the learnings from that audit, we can prioritize them, we can take action, and then we can iterate, right? It's not a linear process. You can't just put product content up online and expect it to convert well. There's too much changing from a market condition perspective. My expectations as consumers are changing, retailers are changing their requirements, and other brands that you may have never heard of are coming into the market and offering great experiences. You have to keep iterating. So you have to go back to step 3, continue to audit your product assortment across all the different engagement points and continue to prioritize and take action. A product that performs great and looks great today will likely not look as great tomorrow. You have to keep iterating. And in order to do that, you need to, in my view, leverage technology. It's too difficult of a proposition to do this work manually. I think you need a technology that has an elastic data model. From a product content perspective, you need to be able to store your complex products. You need technology that can orchestrate and help you kind of navigate your way through making the changes. And you need data-driven guidance. And you need these 3 things on the same platform. You need a platform where you can model and store your products. You need to be guided very quickly through the next best actions via that guidance, and the entire process needs to be orchestrated for you. And that's how you accomplish it at scale. This gives you the limitless possibilities from a modeling perspective. It gives you the digital speed that you need. If you can react quick, that is a competitive advantage in today's market. And in engagement intelligence, it's nothing new. Brands have been doing this, looking at their assortments in the stores for a long, long time. It's the same concept. You need to look at your content on all of the different engagement points that it's being sold. The difference is there's much more of them. It's not just the store. You need to look at your social presence. You need to look at your marketplaces. You need to look at the retailers that you're selling on. All of those different engagement points have engagement, have intelligence that can be shared with you to allow you to react and allow you to win. So the summary here is, my suggestion is that product pages and product content is important. So that should speak very directly to you guys as product marketers. And with that being the case, make sure that you have a clear strategy. Define what's important, audit and iterate, and then leverage technology to achieve that scale. And the end result, if we can do this right, is that you can win. There's a real opportunity out there in the market to win. It's difficult, but with the right technology and the right strategy, there's a real opportunity to win on the digital shelf and drive the revenue that you're looking for. So thank you for your time today. One of the technologies you could certainly take a look at is InRiver. We have a digital first PIM that delivers on those 3 value points that I was mentioning there. looking to drive revenue through product information. It's always available at every customer touch point. So thank you again for your time. Again, Dave Copeland, Senior Product Manager at InRiver.